Hey, what's going on out there? It's Dr. Jason, board-certified naturopathic doctor and functional medicine practitioner, coming at you with something pretty cool. I've been practicing for quite a while here, a number of years, and the foundations I teach patients are called Naturopathic Foundations. Okay, these are think of them like tenets of just a healthy ecosystem that we have to get back to and create they should already be part of our life, but we've got to create these in our life if we don't have them already. And then functional medicine is more root cause. Okay, we're going to go seek out, okay, we did the foundations, but we're still not healing up all the way, still feeling a little bit off, still getting sick too often. All right, now let's really hunt down these root causes. We use functional medicine for that. Functional medicine is evidence-based. We go collect scientific evidence. We go figure out how we can actually, solve the root cause. Now when we add solving the root cause with naturopathic foundations, they come together, make a very healthy patient, very healthy you, okay? So one cool thing, though, I want to tell you about, as I'm, out there in the world and open to learning new things all the time, is I follow Katie Wells. If you guys haven't heard of Katie Wells, she's amazing. She's the Wellness Mama. She's got a whole website. She's been doing it for years. Super, super smart lady, and she interviews amazing all kinds of folks, clinicians and doctors, and everybody in wellness. So check it out. WellnessMama.com if you get a chance there. I'm just a big fan. She didn't ask me to say that. I just think she's doing amazing stuff. And then she had a tip of the week in a newsletter she sent out. I'm gonna look at that for a second. It was by Dr. James D. Nicolo Antonio, okay? And you know what he said? He says, underused medical tools. That's his words. I'm gonna read them to you, okay? He says, fasting, sunlight, sleep, nature, real food, we'll call it whole food, exercise, heat, cold, which is called, contrast therapy, salt, magnesium, earthing, meditation, laughter. You ready? Those aren't medical tools. What are those? Naturopathic, right? Those are naturopathic foundations. Those are every single bit of what I've been teaching for years. I went to naturopathic school. We learned those day one, and every class we took was like, hey, you gotta try to get your patient to really understand these and implement them the best they can. And then we, again, hunt down those root causes to actually, help prevent illness, right? To get them out of that autoimmune or that Lyme or mold problem or whatever's going on. So it's just interesting is that they're being called medical tools. And again, no offense to Dr. James, sounds like an amazing guy, but they have to be called medical tools now because it's like we don't do those as much as we should, right? And it's kind of sad in a way, isn't it? That we got away from these things that are such a tenet of being healthy and balanced. So not to paint a broad brush, with a broad brush, but I bet those probably under 30 to 35 years of age maybe partake in a little bit fewer of those than they should, right? A little bit on the younger side with maybe more social media, more screen time, a little bit disconnected, but it could be anybody of any age, right? I'm just saying that generation and even younger, in fact, younger and younger than that, right? Teens and 20s that are around now, really struggling with some of that stuff, right? Getting outside and everything. So let's understand these foundations and just understand that, yes, we want to find, hey, do I have a infectious agent that is really bugging my body? We want to know that, right? But remember, it's about terrain. If we don't have the foundations to create a healthy ecosystem and have a wellness approach to your overall health, then even if we remove that microbe or knock the numbers down, guess what's going to happen? It can come back, or a different microbe can infect you next year, and then the year after that, and you see my point? It's just going to keep happening, guys. You really have to understand you've got to create these foundations of wellness, okay? So we'll talk more about these, and there's actually videos that I've talked about a lot of these on my channel you can find. But fasting, unbelievable. It does a couple things called autophagy, which we kind of clean up cellular debris, right? Apoptosis, it also can contribute to, which is kind of stopping rogue cells like neoplasms that could potentially become cancer down the road. Amazing stuff. Blood sugar control with insulin sensitivity improvement. Amazing stuff. Not everybody should fast. You got to be careful. Again, work with a clinician, but some cool stuff out there. Sunlight, so vilified, isn't it? I mean, all the commercials. I mean, I see all the time, especially in the summer. Protect you from that dangerous sun. Like what? The sun is the most life-giving thing in the universe for us. Like we have to have the sun. Every plant has to have the sun, and then plants need sun so animals can then eat the plants and they can be well. Like we got to have sun, guys. Sun does so much for you. It helps us make certain chemicals that we can't make from anything else, not just vitamin D, way beyond that. It helps to polarize our body, helps to detox our body. It just makes us feel happy because it helps us make melatonin and serotonin. It's so important, okay? We got to get some sunlight. And the risk of being burnt, again, don't get burnt, but the risk of getting too little sunlight actually increases your illness or risk of disease more than getting too much sun, believe it or not. Too little is more dangerous than too much, believe it or not. Sleep is big. You've heard me talk about that if you followed my channel at all. We've got to get in a biorhythm. We've got to get between 7 and 9 hours, depending on how you're wired. You got to get better sleep. That's a big one. Nature, of course. Did you know when you go out in nature and you literally just sit there, you don't even have to do anything? Seriously, like if you live out in the country or rural area, or you can drive a few minutes out somewhere, even in Central Park in the middle of, in New York, right? New York City, get out there, sit in a bench and literally just breathe. Nature is all around you, and nature has a vibration. Everything has a vibration, okay? It has a frequency. Those frequencies interact with your frequencies, your biorhythm. They start to sync it up. They start to help you raise your frequencies to help you be more well. Just sitting there, I'm telling you, that's all it takes. Incredible. Real food, of course. One of my favorite authors is, I think it's Michael Pollock. Michael Pollock, there you go. Not so favorite, is he? But anyway, he wrote Omnivore's Dilemma. A few years ago, I read that. Really cool book. And one of his mantras, he just keeps it simple. He says, eat real food, mostly plants, and not too much. Like, that's it, right? We can keep it pretty simple with that. We got to get back to eating real food, guys. By the way, quick side note, real food is incredible tenet, but believe it or not, if you've been unwell for a while, if you've had chronic health issues, it's actually not enough. I have a lot of patients that actually eat quite well already before coming to the program, and it's just our food supply system and our farming, again, God bless farmers, but it's just getting so depleted after decades of commercial farming. We just don't have the nutrients we used to have. But still, let's get real food instead of, the processed crap, right? Exercise. I mean, I have people that can barely get out of their car and come in my building, and even them, I have them stabilize on like a countertop, and I show them some different things they can do. So anybody can move. You just have to find the right program for you. Start low and slow, increase it as you are able. You got to exercise though. Hot cold. It's tough on the mind, man, to jump in a cold plunge or to go in a sauna, but it is incredible. It does some of the same things that fasting does, but hot and cold extremes. When you really get to extreme, you get something called heat shock proteins. Okay, heat shock proteins that are secreted that can create a great metabolism. They can scavenge free radicals, which means helps your antioxidants in your body, helps you prevent oxidative stress in the body. It's pretty amazing. We can use cryotherapy at a smaller level though, of course, just hot and cold packs in the body. Salt is unbelievable. I've had actual people, not medically, okay, by their family doctors, but they've told me they've literally cured their heart palpitations just from changing the salt out that I recommend on my program. Like, I mean, they're doing other things, okay, mind you. I don't feel health is, just one trick pony, but they've seen their heart palpitations pretty much go away as they've introduced the right kind of salt, the right level for their body. Again, I'm not going to do cookie cutter, one size fits all, like a lot of people out there. I don't think that's doing you any favors, but salt is amazing when it's the real stuff. So Redmond, real salt is one of my favorite. Celtic salt is amazing. And then you've got, obviously, Himalayan salts are unbelievable. Magnesium, used in at least 300 reactions that we know of, helps with DNA methylation, which is helping you detox and helps helps your DNA express, hey, I need this gene and this cell and this protein. I need that made over here. Methylation is so important. Helps with almost everything under the sun. I'm not even gonna get into it. Magnesium is amazing. There's a bunch of different forms though. I do recommend magnesium biglycinate or glycinate form for like the nervous system, but there's other forms we can get into. Earthing. Basically, we need to ground ourselves. It's a little bit more complicated than just grounding, like the grounding mats and things you guys see. I think there's merit there, but we have to kind of talk about a little bit more. But grounding in its simplest form, we can just get out in nature and literally touch a tree, put your bare feet on some sand, do something. I know it's cold right now in Michigan, but do something to touch nature. It is incredible for your body. You're going to actually have an ionic exchange of positively charged ions. You're going to get negatively charged ions. It's going to help balance your body. It's pretty amazing. Meditation, man. I have not found a more incredible, I've not found a more incredible modality for helping just bring together mind, body, spirit than meditation. And if you can involve it with like some like yoga with meditation, wow, it is incredibly life-changing. And then laughter, right? We got to keep it light, guys. We've got to have fun. You're designed to have fun. You're supposed to enjoy life, right? You got to find ways to do that. I purposely will get on Instagram and follow like channels that have comedians on there. Just watch video after video, like after lunch for 15, 20 minutes, man. It is such an incredible gift to be able to laugh. And it really ends up being a medicine, right? Because we're going to make all these incredible healthy chemicals in our body that's going to help us put us in a parasympathetic state, right? And get us out of that sympathetic state. We want to be rest and digest as much as possible, not fight or flight. So it's just really cool that we saw Dr. James here present on underused medical tools, which are really naturopathic foundations. So guys, hopefully you're following some of those and implement what you can. And check out Dr. Jason ND, that's drjasonnd.com, to learn a little bit more and see if we can't get on a free call and help you with some of your root causes. You be well. Take care. Bye-bye.